Hey, so this angle's really bad, but I kind of couldn't be bothered to set up my tripod again, so I kind of just stacked stuff. I'm going to be doing the first tag. I didn't know this was a thing until I had needed ideas and Lizzie suggested it to me. Oh, sorry, it's called the first time tag. What is my first tweet? On my old account, this is my first tweet. How's Twitter? Why? Because the app was free. Also, hey there, at OMG, it's Alice. And my current account that I actually still use, my first tweet was, welcome to my new Twitter, thank you for joining me, snacks are in the corner. Great first tweets. What was your first YouTube video? Pretty sure the first ever YouTube video that I ever posted ever was a stop motion of Duplo figures, because I didn't have Lego, and it took me about an hour to make it, and it was about 10 seconds long. The first person you subscribed to on YouTube? I don't know. I honestly don't know. Probably someone that I knew, so probably the guy that I went to school with was probably my first subscription. My first Facebook profile picture, so I went onto my Facebook, and I'm pretty sure I deleted the first one that was actually my profile picture, but this was the one that it says was my first profile picture. Do you still talk to your first love? Nope. What was your first alcoholic drink? Probably beer, maybe wine. What was your first job? Well, technicalities, I had a paper round, but it wasn't my paper round, I just helped with my sister's paper round. So technically that was my first job because I was being paid to do it. But my actual first job was I was a waitress for 3.5 years, and I mainly just did washing up and tidying after people for that job. What was your first car? My first car was a Renault Clio, and it had a sunroof, and it leaked, and it was a crappy car, but I loved it, and I called it Patra because it was a Clio. Who was the first person to text you today? I don't think anyone's texted me today. My phone has been dead all day, so I don't know. Who was the first person you thought of this morning? Lizzie, because she woke me up. And that's extremely rude. I know the quality has changed. My battery died on my camera, so I'm now having to record on the Mac because I need to get this video done, otherwise I'll forget that I've got half of a video. Where did you go on your first ride on an aeroplane? I went to Lanzarote. Who was your first best friend and do you still talk? I think my first best friend was Taylor. And no, I don't talk to her anymore. But I don't know if I was friends with Taylor before I was friends with Catherine, because technically I was friends with Catherine when I was like 4, and then we didn't talk for a couple of years because we moved into different classes, and then we became best friends again in like year 4 to year 5. So, but if Catherine was technically my first best friend, then yes, I do still talk to her. Where was your first sleepover? I'm pretty certain my first sleepover was at my house. What was the first thing you did this morning? First thing I did this morning was rolled over and went back to sleep. But after I actually woke up, I checked my social medias. What was the first concert you ever went to? I'm embarrassed to admit this. The first concert I went to was the Stiff Dillons. And I went because it was sort of near my house and it was free. And it was right before Angus Thongs and Perfect Snocking came out, and I really liked the Stiff Dillons, and I still do, but that's not the point. My first broken bone. I've never broken a bone. My first piercing was my lobes. First movie you remember seeing. Which one came out first, Agent Cody Banks or Spice World? When was your first detention? Probably in my second year of high school, secondary school, whatever you call it. Who was your first roommate? Lizzie. She's been my only roommate. What was the first sport you were involved in? I think it was football, and if it wasn't football then it was netball. When was your first kiss? When I was 15. I was almost 16. I didn't plan it. It kind of took me by surprise actually. Yeah, I'm not really going to go into that, but I was 15, so yeah, I almost made it to Sweet 16, I'm just saying. So that was the first time tag. You guys will see me tomorrow. Bye.